Good morning. Today we're going to talk about confusion. We get this word confusion is a compound word, and it's confusion. This means with, and this means together, to put together. Now you can understand why the 2016 to get her, reset to get her, these compound words. And then Hillary came back with stronger to get her. It's all about confusion. It's staying in confusion. We're waking up and it's scaring the powers that be to death. To fuse, you fuse two things together, or more than one thing. You fuse two or more things together. It makes it confusion, and that's what they did with religion. When the Lamb cast the legion out of the man into the swine, and he told them, "We are legion, for we are many." And we do have many religions on this planet. And they were cast out into the swine. We know about the S. Let's take it to the N. And it's the wines. Because that's the spirits. The spirits are in the alcohols. They call them spirits. So we've been in confusion because they've mixed many gods and made them one God. Let's go over here. This is the autotomic symbol for confusion. I loved this one. Because we do this. We say, its number is 84. Now that's very interesting. Confusion. We get confusion from here. The symbol for Babylon was the lion. I've told you in some of the oldest maps that I've looked at, and even Gurdjieff talked about it, was the pre-Egypt, pre-sand Egypt. And in some of those maps, there was actually a town called Babylon in Egypt, not in Mesopotamia. And this thing here can represent a couple of different things. If it is a woman's head with a lion's body, it's the changing of the ages from Virgo to Leo. If it is a man's head with the lion's body, you're looking at the same thing as the Babylonian statues. And it is the fixed pole on the cross, the head of Thalem and the body of the lion, melding the two together to make one. Confusion to make one. More confusion we got coming out of Babylon was this right here. This YH, VH. To me, when they tell you this is God and He is one, they've misrepresented this from the beginning. It is not Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Going from we read from the right to the left with Him, this being the Yod. We've talked about this Yod in grammar, used as a contraction mark to take two words, compound them into one. This was the new God, the Yod, because it's all about grammar. Well, let's take a look at the Hebrew alphabet. Here's our Yod over here, and here's our Hey, and here's our Vav. But this is what I want you to notice, is Chet. Chet and Hey look a hell of a lot alike. It's almost impossible to tell the difference between them. And to me, this symbol here is not Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. It's Yod, Hey, Vav, Chet, or Yod, Chet, Vav, Hey. And it's going to be earth, water, fire, and air. The four elements that make up that alchemical circle. The Yod, Hey, Chet, Hey, or Yod, Chet, Vav, Hey. As you like. But in my understanding, this has been manipulated so that we cannot see the truth. Also, even in our speech, yod mark, the contraction mark, or the apostrophe. It's an apostrophe, an impostrophe. And then with these three symbols, the Vav symbol, it moved from U to V to W. The Hey was given to Abraham. It didn't even exist in their alphabet. And then the Chet is the KH, it's the Ha in Arabic. We say CH, they say KH, Ha. And to me, that's the proper sounds of these letters. But we have been in such confusion. We've been in Babylon for so long that it's hard to see past all the compounds. When you start studying linguistics and you start breaking these compound words down, this one being 3 words, and you learn sigil magic, getting loud. Let me pause it for a second. All right, a little bit quieter. It's just crazy around here this week, 24/7. Let's do this way. Explain something about what they're doing here. Because right now I'm going to write it this way. We have nuclear energy. It's the nuclear. It's giving them a clean slate. They can go in and wipe everything off the map. All the old architecture, all of everything to keep them in power. And nuclear energy is a fusion. It's with fusion now, and it's a reactor. It reacts. It's an actor. It's a fusion actor. I'm not sure that nuclear reactors are as dangerous as what we've been told. I'm not sure anything they tell us is true. I know that a lot of scientists get really upset early on in their careers, and then they end up changing careers, and those that find out later, they just disappear. Their work is not allowed to be published, and then they're eventually just silenced or gone. But we're talking about fusion here. They do this by splitting an atom and slamming 2 together. This is what they're doing in CERN. And we need to be concerned. Are you concerned? Are you with? If you're concerned, you're with CERN. And those are particle colliders, fusion, slamming 2 together to make 1. And that's what they did in our religions. It's also what they've done in our ages or our worlds. They slam them together and tell you it's one great age, and it's not. Monotheism, one God. There really is only one God, and it's earth, wind, fire, and water. It's that alchemical circle, the zodiac. But at the same time, in each age, one of the powers is preeminent. It supersedes the rest of the powers, and he becomes the one. My N's are looking like W's. He becomes the one God. He's mono. Singular. Solo. Singular. When you talk about Solomon, he's the solo man. He's the single man. He's the bachelor. Solomon built many temples. The one that they are telling you is the temple of the Yod-Hey-Chet-Hey is actually a replica of a temple at Luxor. And it even tells you in the Bible that he built it for his Egyptian queen. There is so much confusion going on, and the more people try to unravel this great mystery, the mystery of the Sphinx, the worse it gets. because they're using the wrong legends to unravel it, and the problem only gets worse. Here, this is the same thing. Let me just open another page. I want to keep that one up. My poor, pitiful computer. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, when it built a tower that reaches to heaven, that mimics the heavens. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon was the original zodiac of the Garden of Eden, was also a zodiac. Boy, this thing is slow today. A lot of people are home. Everybody's on the internet today, what's not outside. Waiting, waiting. Babylon, confusion. We've been in Babylon 5 in this age. Here we go. This dude here, this is the same thing as the Sphinx. He's the lion man. Here's a good one of him. The lion was always the symbol of Babylon. He's lying, L-Y-I-N-G. He's the lying man. And you have the winged air sign man, and then the lion on the bottom. This is the Sphinx. It's the same damn thing. Now, when you talk about world empires and world ages, during the original age of Egypt, when it was built before the flood, you'll find pyramids all over the world, even in the Americas, because an empire covers an entire age. When they talk about these great rulers that ruled these ages and they conquered the world, they conquered the age. Here's your 3 crosses, representing one element, and he's carrying the sword, so I would say this is probably Mars here. He's representing Mars. All of this, all of these great statues, you can find the links to them. They're showing you she's got wings and she's feminine. She's a feminine air sign. Here's Lucifer for you. Venus in Libra. Venus in Taurus is Isis. Venus in Libra is Lucifer. Oh, how art thou fallen? She was cast down. In the script, they recasted her from Lucifer to Venus. Same God. The whore of Babylon. Not really. The Sphinx is truly the whore of Babylon, the whore of confusion. The riddle of the Sphinx. They'll never tell you the truth about that. We're all going to know the truth one day, though. All that's going to come out. And we want all, here's the original. On the walls of Babylon, the gates of Babylon had, these are the cover stones. And all of this was taken down and taken to England. They are now the daughter of Babylon. Rome is the daughter. All of these great empires, Cairo, Jerusalem, Rome, England, these are all the daughters of Babylon, or the daughters of confusion. And we're coming out of confusion. We're coming into a new state of being. To come out of confusion and understand all of this, we have to move from nuclear fusion to fission. You got to take you out of it. And it's the fission, which is phi. Fusion is based on pi. We've talked about this. It's moving from the masculine to the feminine. When you talk about Jupiter, you're talking about space and the flesh, and he runs on pi. It's squaring the circle. It's 3.14. And then when you talk about Saturn, who rules time and all things feminine, he's Phi. He's got that age. And he's 1.618. This one builds this way, and this one builds this way. And we're moving from an age of pi to phi. So we're moving from fusion to cold, hot, and this is hot. It's funny because fusion is hot and fission is cold. We can get energy from cold, which is ironic because that's ass backwards from here. Remember me telling you, as above, so below, but it's flipped and it's mirrored. If we have a patriarch below, we have a matriarch above. If we have a patriarch above, we have a matriarch below. That's explained in like the Nag Hammadi, when the one, the creator, looks into the water and she comes forth. He looks and sees her. It's looking across the zodiac. Well, my computer's giving me fits today. We have to look at this from the most simplistic point of view. It's called Occam's razor. When you have all the evidence in front of you and you have a multiple choice of what your answer is, the most logical choice will be the simplest one. And that's another reason we were told to go think as a child. I've talked about this over and over again. It is the way a child speaks. Moses stuttered. Same thing as a child. When Moses spoke, they didn't understand him. It's like a kid with no front teeth. If you understand the language of no front teeth, then it makes perfect sense. If you don't, you need mommy to translate what the child is saying. But if you listen to it with those ears, like you're listening to someone who stutters or who's missing their front teeth, the real words come through clearly. Like the Yod Hey Vav Hey, Yod Chet Vav Hey, Yod Hey Vav Chet. And I will argue that one till my damn grave, that I am positive it's never been Yod Hey Vav Hey. We're lied to about everything. We even name our boys Chet. Chet. Where does this word come from? It comes from confusion. All of these alphabets do. They're all part of the game of confusion, of dividing the tongues and the languages. And the way I've done this, Hebrew is no different than Greek. It's the same damn language. They just have different symbols. And the Greek is a flipped version of the Arabic. The same way the Egyptian language is flipped from the Native American Cherokee language. It's one language and they're back and forth. I don't even know if this thing is recording. My numbers are jumping up and down. Everything is... I just don't even have a clue what's going on with this video. This Mercury retrograde has eaten me up alive. I shit you not. I don't even know if I should continue here. My numbers are stopping and then they're jumping way ahead, and then my little loading bar. Let me pause this and see if I can clean it up. Okay, I think I have this thing running a little better, and I'm going to try to salvage this video. I'll have to go back and watch it before I post it because I've got so much lag and drag in it, I'm not sure what recorded and what did not. A perfect Mercury debilitated retrograde in Pisces combusted the sun. I kind of knew better than even to attempt one, but confusion has been so rampant, and I need to clear a lot of it up, especially with my new subs. A lot of you need to go back and watch these older videos because I tear it down in the languages before I ever start attacking the scribes who scribble the scriptures, and then taking it full circle into our zodiac, our hanging gardens of Babylon, confusion. We're going to come out of this confusion. Like I said, we're going to fission. And we'll get that phi going on, that karma. You get karma and dharma in the next stage of Aquarius. I know this is what I'm fixing to say is probably going to upset you a lot, but they're not that I am going to promote in Islam anyway, because that's just another daughter of Babylon, another daughter of confusion. But they have Sharia law. And that is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You reap what you sow. Karma. And that is the law of the next stage. When I lived in Oklahoma, right after 9/11, I was on the reservation in Oklahoma, a very conservative state, but they've always voted Democrat. They jumped the gun way early, and they, the state put down a law to ban Sharia law. It's banned in the next, there in Oklahoma, that it can never be established. Our government is so freaking out of control. They're not even our government. These are not the government of the people. This is the government of the corporation. And it's the corporation of the age of water. They're all Jupiterians. They're all under this water ritual and this water oath. A lot of us have taken this oath in baptism, christening. We can come out from under that. All you've got to do is denounce it, and you're out from under that. But even Thalem told us, to be baptized for the remission of sins. That's washing away the old. You have to get rid of that old knowledge of confusion. Even baptism, what we were told, it has been warped, changed. I'm telling you, there is only one sin. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And that's to know the ledger. You got to know the ledge, know the ledgers. There are two. Actually, there are many, but there are two in the heavens. Actually, four, because there are two stories and they go both ways. The quick story that goes this way, and then the long story that circles this way in the zodiac. And you can read it backwards and forwards, like the ox plows. We've talked about the Etruscan language and how it goes back and forth like this. All other languages go this way or this way. And then you have the Chinese languages that do this. They go up. They start at the bottom and right to the top. But the Etruscans are as the ox plow. They never pick up the pencil. Hebrew is this way too. It's linear. It has no vowels to L, and it just goes in one straight line. But they go this way and then come back and pick up the line. They keep doing it this way. Part of the Bibble Babble program. But all that's coming to an end. We're all going to know the truth. And I know the Christians freaking hate it, but it's Baphomet that's going to bring you the truth. And ironically, Baphomet is a French word for Muhammad. And that upsets a lot of you. But this is just part of the Bibble Babble here. His freaking name is Thalem. He's the Lamb. That's why Lima, Peru. Per is house. U is the same thing as the TH. And Lima is the Lamb. So it's the house of the Lamb, the house of Thalem, Lima, Peru. And it will come from the south. When you turn on Stellarium and you see Fomalhaut, he's in the south. You're supposed to follow the Lamb wherever he goes. To me, this world is upside down. North is south, south is north, and east and west are even backwards. The sun rises in the west and sets in the east, because it's flipped upside down. And to understand which legend, you must know which way they told us all this in Waterworld. We're in Waterworld. We've been in Waterworld before. In Scorpio, this is when the great turtle came up out of the water. We were in water again in Cancer. That was the destroyer. And now we're in the water of confusion. And we're all drowning. Jupiter. And Saturn is our saving grace. Not Satan. I'm tired of people ripping the R out and telling you that Saturn is Satan. That's Jupiter telling that lie. He puts on Saturn's crown when we come into these Saturn-Jupiter conjunctions, being at the right place at the right time to take control of our future. Had you known the time of your visitation back to 2020, let's do this. 20 is 2 T's. It's a double cross. And they're trying to double cross you with a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction on a double cross. And we got to take control of this thing. There's not enough of us awake yet and in the know. Being awake and being in the know are two freaking different things. To wake up, we generally wake up, we're still in confusion. Where am I? What's going on? And we have this terrible dream that we're remembering. But we're not yet in the know. You need somebody when you wake up. You either need to get a grip on your surroundings or somebody to tell you what the hell is going on. Because knowing. And here's the big one for this age. It's this K. I can't tell you enough about this red circle K. Let's talk about this for a minute. Because we have 3 symbols that's given to us right now. We have a U in a circle, a K in a circle, and an R in a circle. This is a registered trademark. When you buy your food, it has one of these 2 symbols. This one's kosher. This one's universal. Jupiter rules the universal church. Catholic means universal. And that's Jupiter, the builder of empires. We're coming out of empire states. We're coming to that goat with one horn that comes from the west over the face of the whole earth. This is where we're going, and that's Saturn. That goat with one horn. He's the goat man. He's Pan. He carries the flute. You have the Pan flute. North Americans have the flute. We have the earth mounds. It's the age of earth. South America has all that hidden wisdom of the heavens. That was Lucifer's territory. South America. And it will be again. Mercury and Venus ruling with Jupiter. Mars, the sun and the moon ruling with Jupiter, and Mercury and Venus ruling with Saturn. Damn, this Mercury retrograde's eating me up. I hope I have not caused more confusion than I set out to change. We're moving from pi to phi. We're moving from fusion to fission. And that's just set in stone. It's set in the heavens, and there's nothing that's going to change that. They're doing everything they can to bump this age back, to keep us all in confusion. They've got us tied down to this god of thou shalt not, Mars. And boy, he's got to go, because this is the biggest problem on this planet. People are killing each other over this right here, thou shalt not. And they think they do God a service. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is death. Everybody needs to go back and watch the Solo Man's work. Read his books. They are proverbs. What is a proverb? It's a freaking verb. It means do it. It's a professional verb. It's a proverb. In the beginning was the word word. This word word comes from this word, verb. What you should be doing, the proverb. You got to break these words down. There are words within words. And he tells you, eat, drink, and be merry, because that's your lot in life. Don't go by what other people tell you in these books of confusion and thou shalt not. Don't buy into this. It's the false dream. It's a Disney lie. Let's talk about Walt Disney. His name is Walter. He's the magic altar. No different than the church. They pull you to the pit, at the pulpit, and they altar you. And he gave us the frickin' Cinderella story, right? Prince Charming's coming to save you. But we've all bought into the wrong Prince Charming. He's not a prince, nor is he charming. And Disney, it's without the knee, which is Aquarius. It's also an anagram for Sydney. Same word. Above the equator, below the equator. They flip them according to quadrant. Everything's broken down into fours, north, south, east, west, and the language was split up by quadrants. And that's 4 rants, 4 stories, 4 tales, and the 4 directions. And this is part of Jupiter's work, and all of them, even Venus and Mercury got in on this deal of confusion. But Saturn has patiently waited for 10 ages. Actually, 11 ages. There's that K again. 11 being K. You got to know now. You got to 11 now. You got to keep up with your Ks. KKK 33. And they've demonized it all. It's been hijacked. It's been taken over. It's been rewritten. It's been bibble-babbled. And we can't seem to get a grip on it. And we need a lot more people getting a grip on this to pull the others out of it. There's a great falling away from the church right now, but they're coming out of the pot into the fire. They're coming out of the pan right into the fire. We need more pagan. Duh. It's propaganda. And we need to be pagan. That's the pan man. He's telling you there are many, many religions. There are many, many gods. There's only one creator. And his representative is Saturn and Thalum. In the age of Aquarius and Capricorn. And in these ages, we learn to become Jedi. That's what Capricorn is about. Jedi. The Capri. The Most High. But we have to let go of these old ways. That's why we have Pluto and Uranus tearing the hell out of that mutable cross. I can't tell you the stories that you people are telling me in these emails are incredible at the change that's occurring in your life. And if it's not in yours, if you're on the cardinal cross or you don't have a lot of these planets that are affected right now, people in your life that do. Your children, your parents, your loved ones, your neighbors. One third of all the people are on that mutable cross. So somebody in your life, 1 in every 3 people, are really being just ripped apart right now. And when they go through this change, they need truth, or they're just going to end up right back in confusion. And a lot of them just don't want the truth. Christians attack me daily, and I try to tell them, I'm your best friend. I'm giving you the truth. I'm setting you free. I feel like Thalem did when the Jews wanted to nail him to the cross. You're condemning me for truth, when if you would just take this bronze serpent I'm trying to hand you, you could look up and live. Your redemption's already here. You've just been lied to about it. You're still in self-bondage. Nobody put you there. You made a choice. You made a choice to join the church. There's no CH. That's a K. C3, H is 8. That's K. So you have a crook. You have a crook. These are the peoples. The church is not the building. It's the people in it. They're the sheep and they're being fleeced. Who's fleecing them? Jason and the Argonauts. They've told us the story over and over and over and over and over again. We just can't seem to put 2 and 2 together. And everybody loves the hype and the hate. Ooh, hate them, hate them. Church of Satan, hate them. They're Satanists. They're Satanists. And it just drives me crazy. They're just taking they're not helping anybody. They're making the problem worse. There's that magic. You'll always see that W too. That W. That's magic in Egyptian. Because it's the double U. There's 2 of you. And the 2 become 1. And the W are the double U.